Halloween, a time for spooky costumes, sweet treats and festive gatherings. Each year, on the 31st of October, millions across the globe partake in this unique celebration. From children eagerly anticipating bags filled with candy to adults embracing the chance to dress up and revel, Halloween holds a captivating allure for people of all ages. The air crackles with excitement as homes transform into haunted abodes adorned with cobwebs, jack-o'-lanterns and eerie decorations. The streets come alive with costumed figures, from whimsical creatures to frightening ghouls. Halloween, despite its widespread popularity, remains an enigma for many. Its origins are shrouded in mystery, its traditions a blend of ancient rituals and modern interpretations. The very essence of Halloween lies in its embrace of the unknown, the blurring of boundaries between the earthly realm and the supernatural. This inherent duality, the interplay of light-hearted fun and underlying darkness, contributes to the enduring fascination surrounding this holiday. For some, the mysteries of Halloween are a source of excitement and intrigue, adding to the thrill of the celebration. However, for others, these same mysteries raise questions and concerns, particularly for those who view the holiday through the lens of their religious beliefs. The intersection of Halloween's ancient origins and its modern-day observance creates a unique dynamic that continues to spark debate and discussion. To truly grasp the essence of Halloween, we must journey back in time, far beyond the realm of mass-produced costumes and sugary treats, to the ancient Celtic civilization. These people, who inhabited regions of Ireland, Britain and Gaul, held a profound reverence for the natural world, their lives intricately intertwined with the cycles of the seasons and the rhythms of nature. Their beliefs and traditions, passed down through generations, formed the very bedrock upon which Halloween, as we know it today, would eventually be built. The Celts lived in a world where the veil between the physical and spiritual realms was thin, a world where spirits roamed freely and the boundaries of life and death were fluid. They believed that the natural world held deep spiritual significance, with certain times of the year possessing heightened mystical energy. One such time, a time of both reverence and trepidation, fell on the eve of the Celtic New Year. For the ancient Celts, Samhain was a night of profound spiritual significance, a time when the veil between the worlds grew thin and the spirits of the dead could walk among the living. It was a time of both celebration and trepidation, a liminal space where the boundaries of life and death blurred, and the supernatural realm intertwined with the mundane. The Celts marked this sacred night with rituals and traditions designed to honour the dead, appease malevolent spirits, and seek guidance from the other world. Bonfires blazing brightly against the encroaching darkness played a central role in the celebration of Samhain. These fires served as a focal point for community gatherings, their flames casting flickering shadows that danced upon the faces of those gathered. The Celts believed that the bonfires held protective powers, warding off evil spirits and illuminating the path for benevolent ancestors to return to the otherworld. People would often leap over the flames as a ritual of purification, casting off the old year and embracing the new. As the Roman Empire expanded its reach across Europe, it encountered and eventually conquered the Celtic territories. This clash of cultures resulted in a fascinating fusion of traditions, with Roman customs and beliefs intertwining with existing Celtic practices. The Roman influence on the evolution of Halloween, though less pronounced than its Celtic origins, is nonetheless significant, adding further layers of complexity to this multifaceted holiday. Two Roman festivals in particular played a role in shaping the Halloween we know today, Feralia and Pomona. Feralia, observed in late October, was a time for the Romans to honour the dead and make offerings to their ancestors. This festival shared thematic similarities with the Celtic Samhain, both focusing on remembrance and the appeasement of spirits. The arrival of Christianity in Celtic lands marked a turning point in the story of Halloween. The early church, seeking to spread its message and establish itself within a predominantly pagan society, faced the challenge of reconciling existing beliefs and practices with Christian doctrine. Halloween, with its deep roots in Celtic paganism and its association with the supernatural, presented a unique dilemma for the early Christians. On the one hand, the Church recognized the importance of respecting local customs and traditions as a means of fostering conversion. Attempting to completely eradicate deeply ingrained beliefs, especially those tied to ancestral reverence and the cycles of nature, could prove counterproductive. Rather than attempting to abolish the holiday outright, the Church sought to transform its meaning, to overlay its pagan origins with Christian interpretations and symbolism. In the 7th century AD, Pope Boniface IV consecrated the Pantheon in Rome as a Christian church, dedicating it to all Christian martyrs. This event, marking a pivotal moment in the Christianization of Halloween, established a new feast day known as All Saints' Day or All Hallows' Day, to be celebrated annually on November 1st. The timing of this new holy day, strategically placed to coincide with the traditional observance of Samhain, highlights the Church's efforts to overlay existing pagan traditions with Christian meaning. All Saints' Day served as a counterpoint to the Celtic celebration of the dead, shifting the focus from the spirits of ancestors to the remembrance of those recognized by the Church as holy men and women. It was a day to honor their sacrifices, to celebrate their lives, and to draw inspiration from their examples. Churches held special services, saints were venerated, and the faithful were reminded of the eternal reward awaiting those who lived virtuous lives. A century later, in the 8th century, another feast day was added to the Christian calendar, All Souls' Day, observed on November 2nd. The Protestant Reformation of the 16th century brought about significant changes in the Christian world, including a reassessment of traditional holidays and practices. Many Protestant reformers, particularly those from the more radical branches of the movement, viewed Halloween with suspicion, associating it with remnants of paganism and superstition. They questioned the veneration of saints, the concept of purgatory, and the practice of praying for the dead, all central themes of All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day. As a result, the observance of these holy days, and by extension Halloween, declined in many Protestant regions. Focus shifted towards scripture-based holidays such as Christmas and Easter, while traditional Halloween practices, often seen as rooted in superstition and idolatry, were discouraged or even condemned. Despite the Reformation's impact on Halloween's religious significance in some parts of the Christian world, the holiday's secular aspects, such as costumes, trick-or-treating, and festive gatherings, persisted in various forms. The donning of costumes, a hallmark of modern Halloween celebrations, has its roots in the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain. For the Celts, the thinning of the veil between worlds on this night meant that spirits, both benevolent and malevolent, could roam freely among the living. Costumes served a dual purpose: to honor deceased loved ones and to ward off potentially harmful entities. Those seeking to connect with departed ancestors would dress in the clothing of the deceased, mimicking their appearance and mannerisms. Conversely, costumes intended to ward off evil spirits often took on a more grotesque or frightening appearance. Masks, often carved from wood or fashioned from animal skins, were particularly important. The familiar cry of "trick or treat," echoing through neighborhoods on Halloween night, though seemingly a modern invention, actually has its roots in ancient traditions. While the act of going door-to-door soliciting sweets is a relatively recent development, the concept of offering food or gifts to appease spirits can be traced back to the medieval practice of souling. During the Middle Ages, particularly in Britain and Ireland, the practice of souling emerged as a way for the poor to receive food in exchange for prayers for the dead. On All Souls' Day, November 2nd, the poor would go door to door, offering prayers for the souls of deceased relatives in exchange for soul cakes, small round pastries often spiced with cinnamon, nutmeg or ginger. Or, no Halloween decoration is quite as iconic as the jack-o'-lantern, its glowing grin a symbol of the holiday itself. Carved from pumpkins and illuminated from within, these grinning gourds adorn doorsteps and windowsills, casting an eerie glow upon the festivities. While the practice of carving pumpkins is a relatively recent development, originating in North America, the tradition of creating lanterns associated with Halloween has its roots in Celtic folklore. According to Irish legend, a blacksmith named Jack, known for his cunning and trickery, managed to trap the devil himself. However, Jack's wicked ways had earned him a place in neither heaven nor hell. Upon his death, he was condemned to wander the earth, his only light a burning coal trapped inside a carved-out turnip. For many Christians, Halloween's pagan origins present a significant obstacle to their full embrace of the holiday. The ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, with its emphasis on the supernatural, the veneration of the dead, and the blurring of boundaries between the physical and spiritual realms, stands in stark contrast to core Christian beliefs. While the Church has made efforts to overlay these pagan traditions with Christian interpretations, the echoes of Samhain's ancient rituals and beliefs continue to resonate, leaving some Christians feeling uneasy about participating in Halloween celebrations. The association of Halloween with pagan deities, particularly those associated with death and the underworld, is particularly troubling for some Christians. The worship of such deities is explicitly condemned in the Bible, and any celebration that even remotely hints at such practices raises concerns about idolatry and the glorification of darkness. While modern Halloween celebrations may not explicitly invoke these ancient deities, their presence lingers in the holiday's symbolism and themes, creating a sense of unease for those seeking to maintain a clear separation between their faith and pagan practices. Section 2. Navigating the Occult. Concerns about Halloween practices. Some Christians are concerned about Halloween's connections to the occult and the potential for glorifying darkness. Costumes depicting witches, demons and vampires can be seen as trivializing or glorifying evil. Trick-or-treating has origins in medieval souling, raising concerns for some. Section 3. Finding a balanced modern Christian approaches to Halloween. Many Christians today find ways to participate in Halloween while staying true to their faith. They see it as an opportunity for fellowship, outreach, and spiritual reflection. Some reframe Halloween to celebrate the triumph of good over evil. They host events like harvest festivals or trunk-or-treat gatherings. Section 1. A time for reflection and decision. As we've journeyed through the shadowy history of Halloween, from its ancient Celtic roots to its modern-day observance, we've uncovered a tapestry woven with both vibrant threads of celebration and darker hues of spiritual concern. It's clear that Halloween is no simple holiday. It's a complex cultural phenomenon that evokes a wide range of perspectives, especially within the Christian faith. We've seen how the ancient Celts viewed this night as a time when the veil between worlds thinned, allowing spirits to roam freely. We've explored how the early church grappled with incorporating existing traditions into a Christian framework, establishing All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day as counterpoints to pagan observances. And we've examined how modern Christians navigate this complex holiday, some embracing its festivities, others approaching it with caution, and still others choosing to abstain altogether. The decision of how to approach Halloween is ultimately a personal one, guided by individual conscience and informed by a thorough understanding of the holiday's origins and the diverse beliefs surrounding it. There's no single right or wrong answer, and each individual must prayerfully consider what aligns with their faith and values. Section 2. Join the conversation. We've covered a lot of ground in this exploration of Halloween, but there's always more to discover and discuss. This video is just a starting point, an invitation to delve deeper into this captivating and often controversial holiday. Now it's your turn to share your thoughts. What are your own experiences with Halloween? How do you navigate its complexities within the context of your own beliefs? Do you have any questions about the historical information we've shared or the varying perspectives we've explored? Leave a comment below and let's continue the conversation.